Hey guys, I'm super excited today because we are finally revealing Alessandra's new nursery in our new home, and I could not be happier with how it's turned out. It's such a beautiful, warm space that Alessandra loves being in. We're also going to bring in our talented nursery designer Naomi from Little Crown Interiors so she can answer some questions for new parents that are trying to figure out exactly how to create a nursery that works for them. Welcome to Alessandra's room. Okay, so this room, I wanted to feel like a happy little dream space for Ale. And I really wanted it to have a sweet vibe, but not feel too babyish. I wanted it to be something that she could grow up in, something that we could transition into a room for her when she's a bit older. I really fell in love with this wallpaper. It's from Anewall. For me, this is kind of what set the mood, set the tone for the whole room. Because the rest of our house is also pretty modern, I wanted a crib that felt that way too. So I really wanted to have a crib that had some acrylic elements. I love this because not only is it really pretty, but it makes her feel like she's not as trapped in there. She gets to see her room too. Blackout curtains were a really big deal for us because when she needs to take naps in here during the day and it's bright outside like this, we can just close them off and it's nice and dark for her. So this is just like a really sweet little area where, you know, sometimes we sit down and read stories before bedtime, and I think it's going to be a place where she can just like come and read stories for herself when she grows up too. When you learn how to read, huh? Okay, so this is Ali's changing table and dresser. I fell in love with this. This is from Newport Cottages, and it's just a really sweet little spot where she gets dressed in the morning. We obviously change her dirty diapers. My mom was really worried about this mirror being above here, but we've secured it really well. They make this great putty stuff that makes it so that mirrors, it's not going anywhere. I'll share a link to that in the description box below too. But yeah, love this dresser. I just think it's so pretty. The detailing is just stunning. I love it. And it's like the perfect size. It fits most of her clothes, her diapers, all the necessities. This is Ale's beautiful little rocker. This is where we come at night. Once it's nighttime, I put on her little sound machine. I dim the lights. We have a bottle and we have a little snuggle time before bedtime. Okay, moving to this side of the room, we got this beautiful etagere, which again, I just love the gold detailing. The gold hardware I think is so pretty and adds a lot of warmth to the room. I wanted a place where we could store all of her more delicate things, so all of her little shoes. Oh, this is essential. I store all of her little bows and headbands in here. This was a gift from my friend Ali. Very sweet. We also have a few photos from our wedding. So that was her solo shot from our wedding. This is she and I. I love this photo. This was right before the ceremony. We had our own little mommy-daughter moment, and it was just really sweet. I love this photo. And this is one of her and her daddy, although her daddy kind of got cut out a little bit, but he's in there. He's holding her in this photo. I just love this. I think it's so sweet. What I did to make sure that everything is secure as of now is I used that same putty stuff I was talking about for the mirror on all of these little items, so nothing will fall over. And also this has been bolted to the wall, so there's no chance of it coming down. But once she is walking and moving around a lot more on her own, we'll probably switch out some of the delicate pieces and put more stuffed animals and soft things up here. So we wanted to add in some artwork to the room, but I really wanted pieces that she would love. We went with these beautiful 3D birds here, which I really love. I think they're just so pretty. They literally look like they're just flying out of the wall. Really dreamy. This bunny here that's above her rocking chair, she is obsessed with. She tells the bunny good night every night before she goes to sleep. And she sits there and says, hi. 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 Okay, so this is Ali's nursery, and I am so incredibly happy with how it turned out. I'm so happy she loves it so much. I know she loves it because every time we come back from a trip or even just a long day out and about and she comes back into her room, she lights up like, oh, this is my room, this is my little space, and it just makes me so happy. It's just turned out so beautiful, and I think what I really love about it too is I can see her growing up in here. I can see her growing in this space, switching out the crib for a bed later on, and I think the decor will still work as she grows. So I'm just so happy with it, so happy with the design, and I can't wait for more times in here with her. Okay, so this is Naomi, our incredibly talented nursery designer with Little Crown Interiors. And seriously, Naomi, this space could not have turned out more beautiful. It's literally my favorite room in the house. Okay, so I mean, you're clearly a pro at this. When you're designing a new space for new moms, new parents, what are some of the most commonly asked questions you get?
The biggest question I get is how to maximize a small space, because nurseries are usually the smallest room in the house. We're dealing with a smaller room, and this room isn't huge. Light walls always help. Natural light, which you have, and then mirrors, which reflects. We have a nice mirror over the changing table, which reflects the light directly from the windows behind it.
Yes.
But we have these great blackout options. So if you need to close them while she's napping.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the well, these are super great, thick velvet blackout curtains from Joss & Main. They're awesome. Yeah, and then ceiling height, if you're lucky enough, which you are, to have this amazing ceiling height, it really opens up the room, which let us do this super cool wallpaper from Anewall without it feeling stuffy in here.
Yes.
So there's a lot of things you can do.
Okay, so I know a big concern for me was safety.
Yep.
But of course, I wanted the room to be pretty. So how do you balance between safety and design?
Research. You got to do your research. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of products out right now that you can use, outlet covers to put in all your little outlets, things like that. But one of the main things is to watch your kid. Watch their habits. Are they climbing? Are they trying to get out of the crib? Are they pulling on things?
Yeah.
They start pulling on things, move the crib away from the curtain.
Right.
Things like that. Anything that can be pulled at, like the etagere, which we bolted to the wall. You know, anything that's on it, we can put putty on, make sure it doesn't move around. And again, if you watch her habits and she starts to crawl faster, to walk and pull up on things, move those things up or away. I would say that's my biggest thing is pay attention.
Okay, so when I was pulling inspo to give you, I loved looking through all the catalogs. There are so many pretty nursery designs in catalogs, but how do you avoid that look of, you know,
cataloging
that I just like literally chose a room and stuck it in my house? How do you avoid that?
There's nothing wrong with that, by the way, for people who like to do that. But if you want a more eclectic look, you can just shop from multiple stores. So if there's a room you see in a catalog, you can pull inspiration from that, maybe buy a lot of the stuff from that. Like in this room, we got most of the stuff from Joss & Main. But then we filled in with, you know, the dresser from Newport Cottages, the crib is from Babyletto, and the crib has a different look than the dresser, but they work together.
Totally.
And then, of course, the wallpaper is from Anewall, so we've got multiple looks and multiple stores involved in the rooms, so it just looks really cohesive.
Yeah, it does. I mean, much easier said than done. That's why we brought you in. Because I mean, in theory that all sounds really easy, but it's actually something that's really hard to do. So I really appreciated all your work in that regard. I loved how you put together a beautiful rendering and sent that to us ahead of time so we could really envision what it would look and feel like in here. And honestly, it turned out even better than that. So I just love it so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And Allie loves her room too. Thank you.